Well, I'm the module leader for a second year module called Safeguarding and Promoting the Welfare of Children. It's quite a demanding module. It's obviously an important part of the social work curriculum. We're continually looking for sort of creative ways to make a learning experience as meaningful as it can be. In a piece of good collaboration, really, I suppose, we've got the loan of the local authority's social services training house and their recording equipment in that. We've got our students, our level 2 social work students and second year students from the School of Drama.
Some of the stuff that we've been doing, you may see on film here, is using actors from the drama department from the university, but we've also used social workers as service users, which gives that double experience for the students, in that they then actually have practicing social workers giving them feedback on their performance as well. It's also very good for the social workers that are performing to be able to feel what it's like to be social worked, to be a service user. So it has that dual role too.
It's been slightly more longer sessions this time. Might just be me, but it felt like longer, and the social workers have been more detailed, which sort of made me feel to be more detailed. So they're asking me questions that I'd perhaps not been asked before. So, you know, had I done this or had I done that? And obviously me thinking, well, would the character have done this? Would the character have done that? Obviously going by the brief. But it was a good way for me to just sort of trying to be as detailed as I can to make it as more of a believable experience for them, so they get the most out of it.
We've been on placements, and placement was a lot different because it's real life, and when you sort of know that people are acting, it was completely different, and to be observed by your peers as well, I mean, it was quite daunting. The experience itself though, I would do that every day rather than lectures sometimes, because you put into practice exactly what you're learning.
I've worked with families before, but going into and looking at what you do as a social work role rather than, you know, another different type of role was quite important. So, I mean, the first time you knock on somebody's door, I think will be quite nerve-wracking, and even doing it like that was nerve-wracking. So it felt very real.
The parents are young, inexperienced parents. They've got substance misusing issues. They've only just recently got together. The housing situation isn't necessarily that secure. So there are a number of issues there. And really it's about putting them largely at their ease about the concern, what it consists of, what social workers are going to do about that in terms of the assessment, how they're going to work with the parents, and to give them as a realistic impression of how that would work in real life as possible.
The lectures themselves gives you all the information, and I think without them I really would have struggled in there today, but to actually get to have that little bit of experience of what practice is going to be like is very helpful, because you can be told so much, but to find out you've took it in, the role plays really helped.
At the end we have a debrief both with the actors who are role-playing the parents, asking them, well, how did it feel for them? How did the social work students engage with you? Did you feel as though you'd be able to work with them? And then, of course, we asked the social work students how it was for them as well. And usually they've all got a very accurate perception of, you know, of how well it went.
We basically had to get as much information as possible in regards to what services and things we needed to provide, just to make sure that the priority was to safeguard Annette's unborn child, because of her drug use, the consequences of that, we were quite concerned that she maybe wasn't fully aware of what they were going to be, and we needed to ensure that something would be put in place to keep that child safe.
It was an unborn child in this case, so it's looking at obviously making a rapport with parents, but letting them know that your main focus was the unborn child in this case, or would be the child in any case.
One of the things that we're of course looking for is for the workers to maintain a focus on the welfare of the child, because so often in these types of situations the outcomes for the child can lose focus a little bit in competing and complex demands.
Very enjoyable, very worthwhile, and it really develops you, I think, as a person. and it develops your skills hugely. So it's enjoyable. I'd recommend it.